Hello, Aries. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. This is your December 2025 horoscope. What a month you have. So much beauty and flow around prosperity in and from your home, the possibility of some increasingly positive financial news. And you even have the possibility of traveling internationally or having something really positive happen in your life regarding your if you're in the world of publishing and podcasting, some really nice sweet spots there as well. We're going to also give you a tip. You might be if you're a single Aries, bumping into a relationship that will be very, very good for you. So that's a lot of things that could happen. We're going to break it down overview for the month and week by week as I open up the chart and show it to you. Are you new here? Hi. My name is Lori Lothian and I'm using Western Tropical Zodiac Astrology. Today's promotion that you're going to get is simple. Did you want to join my membership? Hit the join button on. I just opened it up. It's basically, we're going to be doing live streams on Saturdays where you get to ask me questions and you get priority comments, responses, and all that kind of stuff. Also, the other fun thing is I have my pre-sale price still on till December 1st. After that, the price will be $55 for my 2026 individual all signs videos. It's like each video is 2 hours long. I'm producing it now. You get a PDF overview guidebook for the year. What do I do this for every year? Every October, November, December? It's my fundraiser to help me buy my mics, my MacBook Pro that I have now. Thank you very much, guys. Helps me hire staff. And also I create a scholarship fund. So people who have needs-based problems to learn my courses like Sky Reader, they get tuition assistance, if not even freebies. I've given people all kinds of help over the years. So this is the thing. This is my fundraiser. It's $44 till December 1st. It's delivered to your inbox on December 1st. And you can give it to friends and family as a digital stocking stuffer, because basically you can pass that PDF with the hidden links to those videos to them, to your friends and family, and say, Happy Christmas, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Most of us have 3. Right? Individual videos are $33 and begin December 1st. You want to just buy your sun sign, go for it. But it's $44 for 12 videos and it's shareable with friends and family. That's the way to go, if you ask me. All right, let's get started. Let me show you the sky. I'm an Aries sun. I'm an Aries moon. Boy, do I resonate with you guys. And I will give you a tip. The older you get, the more and you're spiritually awakening after 44 years old, you begin to activate the sun in your life. You become more like your sun sign. So what we have here is we have the beginning of the month. First of all, the overview, 5 planets retrograde last month. You might have felt like you were like in Groundhog Day, running around in circles and not much was going forward. You couldn't get that forward momentum, especially because Saturn was retrograde as well, Lord of Time and Karma. That's your Groundhog Day. That's okay. Everybody's kind of changed positions now, and we only have 2 planets retrograde, which is wonderful. We're going to have Jupiter and Uranus retrograde, but the rest of them are heading direct or are direct. So things move forward in our lives. And when you can feel that the momentum has moved forward instead of maybe stalled out, that's a good vibe. And I love it. Now, if you are looking at the sky and you can see, like, if your sun was here in Aries in the first house, or your moon or your rising, right, you're going to notice a few things right away. We're going to be experiencing a beautiful flow between Jupiter in your 4th house of property, land, home, real estate, the nest, and flowing to Lord Saturn. And what does that mean? Well, this energy will be prevailing from December 1st until the 5th, and it is going to be some positive developments connected to property, home, and real estate, opportunities, expansion, and growth. Maybe with a south node, it can involve rental properties and distant shores, foreign lands, whether it's a person from a distant shore and land, whether you're going to take some time to spend living, or even not necessarily moving, just going to spend time in another country or far off land, and it feels good. And this is you in December. It's you in the beginning of the month, the first 5 days, and in the last day of November. So I would say you could use this energy to travel to a distant place and just to settle in and experience a great deal of good, true, wise energy. Jupiter retrograding since November 11th in your 4th house is deepening the bounty and wealth that you create from what you do in your home, whether you write, teach, communicate, or just the wealth and goodness of the home. A few of you may be looking at property sales or purchases. Why? Mercury is in the 8th house of banks, loans, mortgages, and finances, and flow and taxes, and flowing to Lord Jupiter, who is in the property, land, and real estate part of the sky, and also Saturn, who wants to stabilize things in this regard, lasting, enduring refinancing, or lasting, enduring debt elimination, or lasting, enduring journeys. Okay, to another place. I like the energy for renegotiating financially, your credit card debt, your mortgages, but particularly those things connected to home, property, land, and real estate. If you have a generous, wealthy parent or someone up the line, grandparent, you may be looking at an inheritance triangle here. Some money may be coming your way. I'm not going to guarantee it, but it's possible. And there's that as well. Now, when we move past that story, I want you to pay attention to Venus as she's sextiling Pluto for the first 3 days of the month. Venus and Pluto, you'll see that the day before, I can't go backwards essentially, but just trust me. I would say November 30th through to about the 3rd of December, Venus-Pluto is loving you up regarding the following themes: a windfall of some kind. With the sun, it can be a lottery ticket or some unexpected gain. And Venus is lucky in the 9th house. So there may be some kind of financial windfall in the first 3 or so days of December. Otherwise, there's a glorious opportunity for international travel that's transpersonally empowering you with a friend or a sibling, an elder sibling or a friend. This can also look like a perk of wealth coming because of something you're doing, because you're publishing or you're podcasting and you're putting content into the world, and you get a nice little bump financially thanks to wealth god Pluto in your 11th. You could also get an increase of exposure to other people, groups of people, by being on someone else's podcast and getting a nice little splash of success there in increasing your exposure and influence over larger groups of people. And Venus is a ruler of your audience, your fans, and your marketplace. So again, it looks really good on you. If you have a desire for a relationship in your life because you are tethered to a person, then Venus is the ruler of your 7th house, and she is flowing to you, and she could bring in a new love story. Otherwise, by the way, you and a significant other may be on the road and traveling, having a trip together. And this is positive, not just for the first 3 days of the month, but also Venus's position in your 9th house of travel, internationally especially, will be going on all the way through until December 24th. So travel abroad or travel to far shores with a significant relationship partner. Another option here, though, is if you're looking for a relationship, you can meet a person in an academic setting, a spiritual community setting, a travel setting, or you could meet them because you're in the podcasting world, you never know, or publishing world, and somehow there's an intersection there. It is kind of, if you're looking for a new love, going to be a very passionate, very romantic energy with Venus and Mars co-present in the 9th house. And the person may have a foreign disposition, different language, different culture, different religion, different skin color. Did I say that? Different background. Or they may be actually a foreigner, literally, like, you meet them in a foreign country, or they're traveling to your country, and lo and behold, you fall in love with a foreigner, and they fall in love with you. Venus is invisible under the sun's beams. I can hear you guys going, oh, it's a dangerous love story. I disagree with that. It means it's a hidden love story. You may not even realize there's a love story. It may be that you're meeting somebody in a professional setting, as I said, podcasting, educational, spiritual community, and it will only be revealed to you in January after Venus comes into the heart of the sun, that this is a thing, not just a passing connection. Now, on December 4th, full moon, 13 degrees of Gemini. You planted a seed back in May, June, when we had a new moon. The exact date's not that important. Back in the spring, May, June, 3rd week of May, 3rd week of June, you might have had a desire to plant a seed regarding a new beginning, a fresh start in the 3rd house. You might have planted a seed for a new neighborhood. Well, I sure did. May, June, I moved into my new place. I became available in June. I got the rental opportunity in May. I exactly planted a new seed for a new neighborhood, new beginnings in a new neighborhood. Now the fulfillment completion is here, right? What did that seed plant? That seed is also fulfilling something else. It could be about a writing project. It could be about a website, a teaching project, a communicating project, what was planted. Now fulfillment can be completion. You may complete something here, a project, a writing project, a marketing, selling, teaching project. You may complete your neighborhood. Maybe I won't stay here for 2 years. You'll notice that Venus is in your 9th house and she's being reflected by the moon, right? Like in the sense that she's there with the sun. And possibly you're going to notice that you are going to reflect something to do with travel and love, or money and travel, or travel and success financially. Venus is the ruler of that house of other people and your audience, but also legal contractual agreements. It wouldn't surprise me if you get a contract you need to sign connected to some professional directions that you're advancing forward, and it's an auspicious contract of some sort. It's auspicious for many reasons, but one is that Venus is in a flow state to your Aries nature, which is bringing you opportunity. Venus is definitely possibly in this energy of the new beginning with Mars's reflection, bringing you some significant changes connected to how you handle chunky money, connected to how you handle your career, and connected to perhaps, like how you save and resource yourself financially. And that energy with Venus and Mars are intertwined because the new moon is sort of reflecting it in the 3rd house. Some of you might completely revise your website, completely change your place of success, writing projects, teaching projects, learning projects, social media projects, and major positive change coming off the full moon. On December 5th to the 7th, followed by December 7th to the 9th, Mercury does a 1-2 punch, and it's positive. Mercury trines Jupiter. And this means positive news, positive information, rewarding information. Ooh, look at that. And it's going to be chunky money-wise, a tax rebate, an insurance payout, an inheritance. Sorry, guys, Jupiter's in the legacy wealth house. A bit of an inheritance coming your way, possibly, right? Not necessarily, possibly. Energy-wise, there is this also potential for the Mercury Jupiter energy to be information or news around mortgages, finances, home, property, real estate. Mercury likes to buy things, marketing, mercantile. You put your house on the market and you get a great offer. You want to purchase a property and you have a great financing arrangement that looks golden on you, That's kind of nice. With the South Node in the house of rentals, you might be ready to let go of a rental and purchase a property, and the means may come to you. It may look good on you. December the 7th to the 5th to the 9th, because then right away we want to stabilize it, right? Mercury says to Saturn, let's stabilize whatever this is. Again, it could be inheritances. Somebody might be in the hospital who's an elder here, but it can also be stabilize or concretize or make real a property purchase or sale opportunity connected to people in distant shores or far off lands. Like all of a sudden, I'll give me as an example. I had my eye on a little house in the small hometown I grew up in. And I told the owners, if you ever want to sell, let me know. Well, it's not a convenient time for me to buy a house in my small town that I grew up in. Not at all. But I mean, this would say somehow magically the opportunity becomes available and you can pull it off. So that's just me as an example. Again, changing your home, refinancing. With Jupiter retrograde, this is something you considered in the past. It's nothing new, right? That's why I brought this example up. And then we move into Frustration, hitting a wall, challenge, sand in your shoe, grit in your eyeball, December 8th to the 9th. Gritty energy, gnarly. So basically Mars and Saturn are disagreeing about something, and you have to resolve the tension. It can be tension around travel. Mars is a traveler in the 9th house in Sag. He was there most of November, and he doesn't leave until December the 15th. I will have been traveling to Mexico under his journey through my 9th house, for example. And you might be working hard and passionately around podcasting and publishing. And I sure been killing it and publishing regularly on Substack. So there's that vibe of working hard in the 9th house matters, or pursuing spiritual stuff with a passion. Like I'm binging on Eckhart Tolle all through November. But suddenly Mars squares Saturn. And Saturn is realistic and sturdy and practical and wise, sage-like sometimes. And there may be an inability to travel. Some kind of journey that you want to take may be stalling out. There may be a journey, a trip, a change of circumstance regarding a legal matter, a frustration going on here, a frustration even if there's a romance that's blossoming and suddenly there's no way to make it stable because there's maybe travel issues going on. So there's a kind of vibe going on here, and it's on the 10th of the month, right? The 8th and the 9th of the month. I wouldn't be surprised if a travel situation doesn't work the way you want, basically. Okay. The plans don't fulfill, or the trip gets canceled, or something like that. And Venus would be like maybe even travel with a specific partner, a significant other, or traveling for the romantic potential. And the sun says, yeah, romance, and Venus says commitment and travel blocks going on, maybe. Yeah, that's what I got. If you've got legal battles over inheritance money, legacy wealth, frustration, lawyer stalling out, there's a glitch here. As we move to the 10th, Mercury opposite Uranus has done this before, back around November 19th, 20th, when he was retrograde. This is going to be something you're probably feeling as early as the 8th or 9th, but maybe that's why the trip isn't happening or whatever that is. But this energy will be a surprise or unexpected financial story. It may not be so bad because this is a house of stable gains over time, connected to borderless income and digital revenue, increasing North Node, and some surprise, some unexpected development. Algol's a wealth star where Uranus is sitting. There may be an unexpected surge of financial success connected to something you're up to. Now, otherwise, there's an unexpected situation that came out of the blue, and it may connect to a person in a hospital, and thus inheritance money. But I want you to go back to November 19th, because on November 19th, you had a beat on this, like 1920, a similar thing was happening. It was not the same. Mercury was retrograde in the heart of the sun, but it's similar, and it could be connected. It could be connected. Right, as we move forward, you'll notice that Mars, who also squared Saturn on the December 8th and 9th, now on December 13th, the 15th squares Neptune. Don't be afraid of that. Mars is like the defogger on your windshield when your whole car is fogged up. And now you're going to clear the fog and you're going to clear the illusions. And Neptune is now direct as of December the 10th. So we have forward motion to clear up some confusion around the 12th house matters. Digital income and borderless revenue, maybe tax structures, and how to work it better. Connections to travel opportunities that were muddled and confusing, and you wanted to go off to a spiritual ashram or retreat or something, that's 12th house, or, you just couldn't get it together. You couldn't figure out what to do with it. There was some confusion, there was some illusion, there was some delusion, and now you have clear sight and you can make decisions around that stuff. So I like that. It's better to know what's really there so that when you make a decision, you are on it. And then Jupiter says you're probably traveling from home as he rules both the 9th and the 12th, and he's in the 4th house. So there are some openings there for you as well. But now you have clear vision of what's possible and you're not confused about it, right? Now, the second half of the month is difficult. It's full of squares. I can't pretend it's happy. It's going to feel like challenging. It really, the whole month was challenging after about December the 10th, 8th, 10th. And squares can make us take action and make decisions. And on December 16th, 17th, the sun will square Saturn. It's literally everybody's squaring Saturn. This is a spiritual energy. The 12th house is enlightenment. The 9th house is God and teachers and wisdom and knowledge and truth. And there's a possibility you're going through one long, prolonged turning point in a spiritual development direction, right? That's a possibility, especially with Jupiter in the Moksha Liberation House, Mercury there, and the 12th house stellium. So it looks to me like spiritual turning points are very big for you in the month of December. Look to the 16th, 17th for evidence of that, as the sun will square Saturn. Sun is an authority figure. It could be a boss, it could be a teacher, it could be a mentor guide, it could be a guru, a pulpit preacher type guy, and it's pressuring you or a person, a power struggle with a person connected to publishing, podcasting, because travel can still happen, and with Mars especially here. Again, what is this situation that you need to shed a light on in order to make a proper decision regarding travel? I think it's more than travel for some of you. I think some of you might be looking for an extended visit to another country and you're trying to figure this out. My daughter's pressuring me to go to Australia. I bet you this is like me trying to figure out how to get this to go without like wanting to, jump in and commit to that. Sun represents child, pressure from a child for me to travel to Australia. If I do, it's March, but I have so many balls in the air. I need to take time. Well, when push comes to shove, if you're going to book a ticket, maybe this is it. Sun squares Neptune, and you can also clear the fog through the burning rays of the sun to see what's really true for distant shore travel. Money made from borderless income, digital revenue, money, spiritual awakening. Neptune is dissolving. Saturn is reality. You guys are under a very profound connection to the energy of spiritual liberation. And again, all I can say is turning points are happening here in, December 16th, 17th, and then 20th and 21st. Legal matters involving courts and inheritances or sick relatives, turning points and change December 16th to the 21st. Venus gets in on the fray and squares Saturn. Love is hard. Money is hard. Joy and pleasure are hard. In December 2021. Well, Venus telling you something is hard from the 9th house. I don't know, keeping to your podcasting production schedule is hard. Learning that subject matter in university feels hard. Getting that trip to work and be fun and pleasurable feels hard. All right. The sun is your child, and it could be hardship going on with your child connected to matters to do with their life, and you're there trying to support them. Mercury moves into Sagittarius, as you can see. Oh my God, I'm hungry. Mercury moves into Sagittarius on December the 12th. It has been there, right? And the thing about Mercury up here is he loves to travel. So December 12th through to his exit January 1st is really positive for you guys to get out there and travel, despite some of the grinding pressure cooker energy that you're facing. And because everybody's squaring the nodes of fate, any destined, any trips travel that you do, any spiritual gurus that you see, anything that you do with your legal and court matters are going to have destined and fated energies to them. Finally, there is a new moon at 28 degrees of Sag. It's going to happen on the 19th. New moons, new beginnings at 28 degrees of Sag with how you handle chunky money, how you handle tax structures, how you handle investments in the stock markets and stuff, how you handle money you share with your significant other, how you handle money you receive or can get your hands on through inheritances. This is a story that it has a fresh start, and Venus says it can be quite profitable for you, and Mercury says read the fine print. Now, Venus is the ruler of your 6th house, so it can also be related to new directions in your work, also debt elimination, or someone owes you money and you are able to finally receive it. Venus is also connected as she embeds herself within this lunation. She's also strongly connected to energies in your chart. Oh, I apologize. We moved into the wrong sign. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. Fixing it. Sorry, Aries. I can't re-record. I don't have time. Fix. Just trust me, I'm human and I'm fallible. So sorry, it's all in the, I was thinking, I was wondering what I was talking about. It's all in your travel internationally house, your publications and podcasting, your love that could come from a foreign place, foreign land, or foreign shore, or foreign person. Your house of God, your spiritual beliefs, reset button, new beginnings. And Venus can suggest in this new beginning that it could bring you a long-term committed love relationship, as she is the Lord of your 7th house. The moon unfolds over 6 months, not a day, but on the 19th of December at about 2 to 3 weeks, you might see evidence that there could be a relationship reboot for you in a committed love story. You can meet somebody in an educational setting, a spiritual community. There may be the element of the foreigner in here. Mercury is attending the moon, and he likes to tell you things about likely traveling in order to see this person, or you meet them in the digital realm. He rules your online social media and traveling energies of the 3rd house. You can meet them in the local neighborhood, but they're actually from another country. And the energy there is really powerfully positive. It's a luck house and it flows to you. And it just increases a sense of luck connected to the things that Mercury and Venus are in charge of. So better health is going to come to you off of this new beginning. Increased a robust physical wellness, better health, new relationship, possibly more money. Venus rules your earnings and resources as well. And Mercury says better success in your digital media online world, writing projects and publishing projects. If you want to write a book, this is an ideal 6-month window for getting it all worked out. And, Mercury's the agent, right? So there's a good news there as well. All right. So finally, in the last part of the month, December 22nd, 23rd, is Venus squaring Neptune. This is taking the rose-colored glasses off any illusions you have about your spiritual path, about love, about legal matters, about someone dead in the hospital giving you money. I'm just making it up, but you kind of clearly see what's real around what brings you true pleasure and enjoyment in life. And you can kind of dispel the illusion that, this, especially for addictions, Neptune rules escapism. This is a house of addictions. Venus is going to help you in that square, turn it off or see it clearly why you have a problem with an addiction. And that's around Christmas, right? December 22, 23. And then Mercury squares Neptune to follow it up on December 30th. So I'm sorry, I've got to move us back here a little bit. Ugh. And then December 30th, let's see if I can get ahead by a days. On December 30th, Mercury squares Neptune. Mercury square Neptune is following up when Venus started on the 22nd. Information, news, communication connected to travel. This is very good for travel, but you'll be making an executive decision to do the travel. Someone comes to see you and they're traveling, that kind of stuff. Jupiter says a traveling guru visits your home. Or a friend, somebody visits you in the home connected to they live far away and they're coming to stay with you, for example. So this is an option around December 30th, and you might see that happen as well. And Mercury might have you look for fine print, legal contracts wise, especially regarding inheritances, gets a legal eagle eye on the fine print so you don't miss a thing. And finally, January is this stellium in the 10th house, and it's so amazing because, we have decades rare reset button by Mars in the Sun's heart in early January that for 2 years that follow will dramatically transform your career and reputation. With Venus, it can bring you more recognition, more money, more celebrity. And Venus is going to do the same thing, and it will apply over the 10 months that follow. And Venus is a boss babe up here. So you're hitting boss babe territory, especially for entrepreneurs or artists or people who are doing things that are in alignment with their natural talents and gifts. And this is also, hey, everybody, look at me. I've got a partner. We might get married. We're a thing. That'll elevate that story over the 2 years that follow as well. And it certainly increases the trajectory of your earnings and finances into an up level. And these reset buttons are happening in January. So please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, because I want you not to miss that information. As I said, decades old from the reset by Mars, and 4 years ago that Venus did the reset, and you'll see evidence for her loving you up in your career space. You'll see that over the course of 10 months from January. I'm looking forward to it myself as an Aries sun and moon. All right. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out everything below. Buy my bundle. I'd love to help you see the way through 2026 and also support the channel's growth by helping me hire people like my time stampers, my video editor, my thumbnail guy. You guys are the ones that allow me to do that so successfully. I do appreciate it. And have a wonderful, wonderful December.